Okay, with the help of Hashem, we started to learn the Gemara. We didn't finish. We have to finish the Gemara, and then we learn the Kiddushin. So the Gemara's kasha was, how do I know that the father could do the act of Kiddushin and the Kiddushin is his? Because there's Ta'abiyah. The Gemara learns that from Yotzachino, Ein Kesef, the word Ein Kesef. Ein Kesef Yitzia Zurish, Kesef Yitzia Cheretz. The man Yehuda, and it doesn't make sense that he will do the Kiddushin and the Torah give the money to her.
In the small.
Yes, it's small. Maybe it's only by a child and not by a Nairo. Although the parasha speaks about Nairo, but maybe the Biti Nasati goes out. I gave her when she was a Ktana, and now she's an Ara. And I found Moichi Shemra. But a Nairo, but when I give the girl as a Naira that she has a Yan, maybe she will do the Maisa Kiddushin and she will take the money. Oh my God, that's what we got to. Twelve lines on the bottom. Oh my God, the verse says, Binureo Beisovio. The verse says, in the parasha of Nedorim, those are the rules that Hashem commanded Moshe between man to his wife, father to his daughter, Binureo Beisovio. When she's Nara and less in the house of her father. What is Beisavio? Kol Shvach Neurim Lavio. All the benefit that she gets from a youth goes to her father.
Daf Gimel Amud Beis, right?
Correct.
And 4 lines from the bottom? I don't see it.
Not 4 lines. I said 13 lines.
13, okay.
And now it's already less. What do you want to say?
In the house.
Yes.
Should all be. She does that the father gets it. Because even Rabbi Yochanan says even Golden Mama,
as long she's Neurim, as long she's in
she's not in the house.
as long she's in puberty stage,
She's not in the house.
not adult, doesn't matter house, whatever shvach she comes to her, it goes to her father. So more as a kasha. Ve'elo oto maravun o marav. What Ravun o marav said. Minayin, how do we know shemaisa bat la'av? How do we know that the actions of the daughter goes to the father? Shenemar, as it says, a man sells his daughter to a maidservant. Ma'amo maisio de la rabo. Same way an amo, maidservant, a worker of him belongs to the master. Bat nami, daughter also, maisio de la vio, the work of a hand belongs to the father. The pasuk teaches us that a daughter of a person is like a maidservant. A maidservant, the work of our hand belongs to the master. Also, daughter, the work of a hand belongs to the father. Rashi. La'amo. La'amo means a maidservant. Reading Rashi. Koya seiro. It's an extra word. It says that when a man sells his daughter, when you sell your daughter, obviously for a maidservant. We have to say the word la'amo. The Dorishle we learn out that his daughter is like an amo. A daughter has the same status of an amo. Ubebitei nairo and the chiddush ashmuinon. The chiddush is that when his daughter she's a pubic transmission pubic period between 12 and a half. Chiddush is that nairo. Even though she's not a baby, she's not a chiktama, she's not a child, but she's still not an adult. She's in the between stage of nairo. The chiddush is the chiddush is that when his daughter is nara, we say all work of him belongs to the father. The bektano, because he was talking about a minor, lo Yitzchak, I don't need a pasuk. Ashte zibude must be now that I can sell her. My work of my hands is not needed to say. If I can sell my daughter, surely the work of my hand is mine. The chiddush is a nairo. Nairo Nairo in between stage. The Chiddush is she's like an amo. Even Nairo, she's like an amo. Even Nairo that I cannot sell, she's a Nairo. She's like an amo. Whatever work of her hand belongs to the father. Shvach Nuri belongs to the father. So what's the kasha of the Gemara? The kasha is Teipu klei minureo saver Rashi. Amini Rashi Teipu klei minureo. Imine avematze lemilad. If I already can learn that in-state transmission period of a young girl, it's called a nara. That transmissions period, if I can learn from the Neureo, that whenever she's in a stage of Neureo, she's Beis Avia, she's under the rule of her father. Mine from Neureo. I can learn from Neureo that all the work of her hand belongs to the father. So I don't need the pasuk. I don't need the pasuk of Yimkor is bita la'amo, the word la'amo. We have two extra words. One is binure beisavim and pashas nadorim, and one is in selling your daughter la'ama. And the extra word la'ama teaches me that not only a child that I can sell, the work of her hands is mine. Even a nara that cannot sell, your daughter has a din la'amo of a maidservant, and the work of her hands belongs to the father. But I can learn. I don't need that pasuk la'amo to teach me nairo, because nairo I can learn from Nedorim that it says that when she's a nara, she's under the house of her father. So there's no need it. El al kochora, she says, rather by definition. Since I don't learn from the Dorim, I learn from the Pasuk La'amo. Shamino Mino, we can hear from this. Loy l'shvach niurim asya. The word Beis Avia, Minore Beis Avia, doesn't come to teach me shvach niurim. The Naguva Yitzchak, maybe it's needed for itself. Gabe Nedorim, the Kailo, reference to vows. Reference to vows, she's under the dominion of the father. When she makes a vow, the father can nullify it. But you can't learn all Maisi Odaim of a maid of a Nara belongs to her father from there. Because there's not need. I can learn from the pasuk of selling your daughter. It says, Imko is bita la'amo, the word la'amo is extra, and from there we learn that it's called Shvach Nurim Lavia. So I don't need a pasuk by Nedorim. Maybe it's a special law, only reference to Neder that the father, the Nara is under the dominion of the father. But who says that all Shvach Nurim, all work of my hands, all benefit of my hands, belongs to the father? That's what the pasuk teaches us. If that's what teaches, I don't need it. I can learn it from the pasuk of is bitin asati le'ama. Kimkur is bitin le'ama. The word le'ama that Ravino Marav says. From there, I learned that all my siodaim of the daughter belongs to the father, and the Kiddush is not the ktana. Ktana I don't need because if I can sell, surely no work of my hand must be his nara. If it's nara, I don't need a pasuk. What do you want to say? The dog specifically. Yes.
Why do we have to even think about the dog? To learn everything from that. Why do we have a habit even to think that we're learning from the dog?
Yeah. That's a good question, and that's the most question right now. Ela ba'aforas adorim must be that this pasuk of Binurei Beis Avia come to teach me that the father is under the dominion of the father, and the dorim. So therefore, Achanami the same thing about Kiddushin. Ba'aforas adorim v'nechsi.
So you cannot learn from the
So the Maisi Odaim, I don't learn from Binurei Beis Avia. Because I can learn it from it's bitin asati la'ama. Kim kodesh bitin la'amo. So the word la'amo I learn my siodaim. So niro beis avia I don't learn my siodaim. I learn a special v'afos adorim. So if it's v'afos adorim, so also I cannot learn kiddushin. That the kiddushin will belong to the father. Because it's talking about v'afos adorim with the No, v'afos adorim is a control that when she speaks, the father can nullify it. And Maisi Adayim, once again, Maisi Adayim is the work of a hand. It's two different subjects. Avamina, they're the same because the potential control is all the same. What's going to know? If it's the same, well, I don't need two psukim. Must be since Ravuna Marav learns is equal is bito la'ama. The extra word la'ama. He learns from there. Ma'aser Adayim of the daughters like Amo belongs to the father. So must be that the Rabbi Savir is not needed as far as the dogim. So also the same way I cannot learn Ma'aser Adayim because the posuk the Rabbi Savir refers to far as the dogim. Same way I cannot learn Kiddushin, that the money of Kiddushin will go to the father because it talks about the far as the dogim. Do I look at it as one subject or two subjects? Do I look at it since he has the rights of nullifying the neder, and there's an extra word in Rebbe Saviyah. So from there we learn all shvach, kol shvach Rebbe Saviyah. Oh no, only specific, only a fasadogim, not anything else. The gufa yitzrik by the dogim. The chitei menelef mino. Maybe let's learn Rashi. Chitei menelef moma mine dogim. Amonim b'sedar cannot be. Because my monim isur le'alfinon. Moment from Isur we don't learn. Chitei menelef miknas. Which knas? Rashi. Chitei menelef kesef kiddusheo mi kesef knoso. Shoinus pitu la'avir 50 kesef. If somebody seduces a girl or rapes a girl, he has to pay 100 shekels or 50 zuz. He pays rapes or seduce. He pays 50 kesef to the father. So also the kiddushin, it goes to the father. Again. Yes. He cannot learn from the Rabbi Saviyah. So the question was, how do we know? Maybe V'yotzochinim in kesef tells me only by Ktano that the father has the kesef. That doesn't have a yad. But now that has a yad, I don't know that the money will go to the father, and don't learn from the Urel because it's nedorim. Nedorim is special.
About Knas, we know that Hamishi Kesef there is Kesef Mamish, and we also show the Kesef. So you cannot learn from there. So we Kesef from Moment Shemra, the two type of Kesef. Is Dafka Kesef, Hamish Shkoli, Dafka Kesef, Kesef Big Mo, and then he's not Kesef Big Mo, he's only talking about Shovet Kesef. How you can learn from each other. Before they can answer closer to their
1 second before that. So we cannot learn from the posuk is beating a tati lishazeh and talk about the subject there is Moitzi Shema. So you cannot learn because there's only a ktano. And you cannot learn from Shvach Niurim because it's special nedorim and Mamoin from Isu I cannot learn. Which knas? Oines umefate. There's oines pitu Moitzi Shemra. No Moitzi Shema we can't learn because maybe he's only a child that doesn't have a hand. Then you have it's beating on Sati Lishazeh that he does the Maise maybe only by Iktana, not by Igdolah. But let's learn from Pituyin. Oines. Oines means raping and Pitu is seducing. The Chitei menelef miknosa says no. Mamoina miknosa lo yalfino. I don't learn mamon miknas. Rashi. Mamoina miknosa yalfino she'aknas kulo chidush. A fine, the whole money of a fine is a chidush. Umichidush lo gamrinan. From a chidush we don't learn. The question comes back. Kiddushim minon dalaviyo. How do we know that the kiddushin goes to the father? From the posuk is beating and tatir, he does the maise and if he does the maise, he gets the money maybe only by a child, not by nairo. So how do I know that by nairo the money goes to the father? And you cannot learn from shvach niurim, right? Because it's nedorim. It's special nedorim. I don't learn moment from Isu. Elamai, let's learn from Knas. Knas is Chidush. Chidem Niknosam, when Niknosam Yalfin, it's a Chidush. V'chitei menelef v'boishes upgam. Let's learn from shame and blemish. It's a Rashi. Let's see Rashi. Mi boishes upgam. The kaimalon b'ksubis. Sha'me'anes noisen boishes upgam la. When somebody rapes a girl, he gives her shame money and blemish to the father. That's a payment. It's a damage. It's not a knas. So let's learn from the payment of boishes uvgam, shame and blemish, which is money and not knas, not a chidush of knas. So most he cannot learn from there. Shiny different boishes uvgam, the aviro shaykh v'gavayu, the father belongs to it, is shy, has a chelik in it. What does that mean? Let's see Rashi. Very important Rashi. The avur shaykh v'gavayu. Sheyesh lo din chelik bohem. By shame and blemish, the father has a law and a share in them. Why? Sheyesh beyodoi levaisho v'lepogamo. The father has in his hands the ability to shame her and to blemish her. B'shvil moment lo, for the sake of money they'll give him. Why? The he that if he wants, the he boy if he wants, if he wants, he can give her over to a menuval. Menuval means person which is dirty, disgusting, and mukashchin means full of herd of boils. It's a head with boils. The avia law that itself is boishus ubgam, is shame and blemish. Because if she will be married or cohabitate to a disgusting person and full of boils, first of all, she's blemish. She's not a virgin anymore. Number two, she's shame woman. The onazeh, this rapist, shabo aleh, that he cohabitate her, mechaser momonzeh, he's missing this money. Shezilzala, he's missing that money from the father. Why? Shezilzala, he disgraced her. 1 second. No more demanders will jump on her. The father cannot now sell her and cannot ask for money anymore. Again, it was in the hands of the father. You know why? The father gets the money because he has a chelik in it. He has a share in it. Because since he can give her over to Menumah Mukushchi, means he can shame her. And this means, and the guy will pay for it. Menuas will pay it. Will pay. So then, since he can put her in that position and get paid for it, this guy that raped her stole that money, destroyed, missed. He reduced that money for me. It was a disgrace, and now people are not going to jump on it anymore. So since he took away from me that option of money that I had in her, that's why it makes sense that she has that the money will go to him. So he cannot learn from boishus ubgam that the father gets the boishus ubgam, the shame and the blemish. Somebody rapes a girl, he pays it to the father. That's damage, because that damage is his. Since he can damage her anyhow, in his hands to give him a number kushchin, he has the ability to shame her, and this guy and somebody will give money for that. He goes to Menumah Kushchin and says, "I'll give it to you. Give me money for it. We'll pay it." And now he cannot do it anymore. So that's why the money goes to him, because they took away from him his rights. But who says a normal girl, not boishus ubgam, who says normal kiddushin of nara, the payment of shame and blemish is being taken away from the father. But not shame and blemish, just an active, positive thing. Don't learn from the fact that shame and blemish goes to the father, also the money of Kiddushin goes to the father. Because the shame and blemish, he's shaykh v'gavayu. He can create such a shame and blemish and get money for that. So now the shame and blemish goes to him. But Kiddushin, who says that when she's a naira and she does the ma'aseh Kiddush because she has a hand, the money will go to the father. What? What do you mean where? The Gemara says, don't learn from Boishus of Gam. What don't learn? Don't learn Kiddushin. What? Let's learn Kiddushin from Boishus of Gam. No. Shiny Boishus of Gam, different is Boishus of Gam, the blemish and the shame that this rapist did to her. He has to pay that damage. The father belongs, he has a shaykhis, he has a chelik in him because he can shame her and blemish her by manuvu kashchin. So therefore the shame and blemish belongs to the father because he's shaykh in it. But Kiddushin, Stam Kiddushin, how do I know of Na'ara that she does the maise of Kiddushin? How do I know? Eat. Tigrishin after she will mekadesh herself. And she will take the money. How do we know the money belongs to him? And the Mishnah says that a father Zakai Rabito, even Nairo, but Kesef Kiddushin. Well, how do we know that? That's the Gemara's kasha. The Gemara's conclusion is, I'm going to say in a second, yes.
They not from Knas. I was happy that about the moment in Kasa was the Abba Kiddushin from Knas. I didn't explain it. He didn't have a name. But when you said he didn't have a Knas, was the Abba from Knas?
Why not? If we see that the payment of Knas goes to the father, so also Kiddushin will go to the father. This is Knas and this is Kiddushin. The fact that the father has rights, that he gets it and he has rights. Not Knas, moment Knas. I'm talking about the father's rights. And it says, no, it's Kiddush, can't learn from it.
Man rapes the girl.
Yes.
Not the Kiddushin also?
No. When somebody rapes a girl's Kiddushin, come on.
Yeah, it's a way of making Kiddushin.
But it's rape. It's by force. It's not Kiddushin.
So what?
Kiddushin with 2 Adim, and he says, marry me. He bends down. He gives her a flower.
Certain way.
Romantica. Samantica. Romantic.
They
Come on.
don't have a biyah. It's not a making Kiddushin of the
No. That's rape. That's called rape. אני מבין מה הוא מתכוון. למה הביאה לא עושה קידושין? התשובה היא זה בעל כורחה. מה? זה משהו אחר. זה תלוי בה אם היא רוצה. מחייבים אותו להתחתן אותה אם היא רוצה. Somebody rapes a girl, you force the man to marry her if she wants. Most cases, she hates the guy and she doesn't want.
Pay her at his Zaba.
Yes.
Okay.
Even with Pitu. So
Pitu too, yes, Pitu have to pay too.
So that means she agrees.
The 2 years, every girl less than 12 years old is considered seducing. What do you want to say?
Saying that it means that she agreed to happen, whatever happened.
Yes. You know, in Israeli law, American law, a girl less than 17, if you marry her, do kiddushin even with her free consent, it's considered seducing. According to the Torah, it's only for less than 12. Less than 12. But that's called pitui. Pitui is seducing. Because there's avdas, always seducing. But according to the international law today in the world, I think most of the countries, I don't know all countries, I don't know Arab countries, but definitely Western countries, they made it till 17. What do you want to say?
Yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
In Iraq, it can get mine 8 years old.
8 years old?
Yes. Yesterday,
Wait, 9.
8 years old. 8 years old. 8, 9, it's a girl.
Yes.
You're talking about Iraq, United States of America, New York, and you're married 14 years old. In New York State of United States of America, you can get married 14. In Alabama is 12. What? What is traditional consent? Yeah, doesn't matter. I mean, that's also in Iraq. You can't just marry a 9 years old, 8 years old. You have to go to court. Not religious. Okay, but it's all the same. Court. What? No, for us, it's all the same. It's all junk. Okay. Elo mistaba. Rather makes sense. Elo mistabro dechika memaet. Rather, it makes sense. Dechika memaet yetzia the kavosoka memaet. When the Torah was memaet, yetzia the kavoso going out like it. Memaet. It doesn't memaet. It doesn't include. Kai it does. It does. 1 second. Elo. The Gemara. Let's see Rashi. So Machlokes Rashi and Toyses. What is the conclusion of the Gemara? Elo lo'oilo miko kama. Really, the Gemara says we learn that the money of Na'ara belongs to the father from the first verse. It says v'yotzer chinom and kesef. When a girl you reach pubic period, she has simonim. She goes out. V'yotzer chinom free and kesef. The word and kesef, no money, is not needed. It's extra. So we learn like this: lo'oilom really forever mikro kama from the first verse. The in kesef lo danzenaf. There's no money to this master. But the kasha lechov emeladido. We had a kasha. Okay, there's no money in this yitzia. There's money in another yitzia, but doesn't mean that the money goes to the father. And if it does, maybe only by ktana does have a hand. But if she does the ma'isa, if the naro that she has a yad does the ma'isa, the money go to her. Mistaba de la avia. Comes the Gemara and says it makes sense that it goes to the father. So the Gemara's answer is not pasuk. What is the Gemara's answer? Reb Shlomo Svara. Mistabro de la avia. It makes sense that the father takes it. Why? The chika memai getzia sirusin. When we say en kesef. When the girl leaves the master, there's no kesef. She goes out with pubic signs. She goes out with no money. But another going out from the father's domain, yes kesef, there is money. The chim kamemai getzia sirusin. When we say we make an exclusion only for free, no money, by going out of from a maidservant, from slavery. But going out from the father's dominion, there is money. Yetzia sirusin, going out through engagement, a girl leaves her father's domain through engagement, there is money. So he says, the chika b'maytzia sirusin, midin yetzias ama ivrio. We comes to exclude. Irusin is Yetzia from a father's domain. Not Chidush, is defining the words. Midin Yetzias Amo Ivria, from the law of Amo Ivria going out. Ubaloma wants to tell you. Kan and Kesef. What is Kan? In a maidservant, when she leaves the master, there's no money. Pubic sign, she leaves no money. Aval Yetzias Irusin, but going out of engagement from the father's dominion, yes, Kesef. Okay. We didn't finish. Not finished. Yetzia the kavosoka memai. That's the answer. Let's see Rashi. Yetzia kavosoka memai. Yetzia sirusim dumya yetzia samo. The exclusion when an amo ivri or maidservant leaves a master's dominion from pubic signs, but a girl leaves a father's domain from irusin. There's no money here. There is money. It has to be similar. In what way similar? Similar to going out of a maidservant. Midina Amma, from the law of Amma, of a maidservant. To tell you, the yesh kesef bo. The girl doesn't have money. She doesn't pay money when she leaves, but she gets. There is money when she leaves her father's dominion. That same way going out of a maidservant, there's no money to the master. Only she leaves the dominion, there's no money to him. When I say a maidservant, when she leaves the pubic signs, there's no money. There's no money to who? There's no money to the master that she leaving from. Same thing is here. Afamiot, also the exclusion. When there is kesef, the yesh kesef, there's no money here. To who? To the master. There is money who? To the master, to the father. Afmiu de Yeshkesa, the Kadai, that we make a deal, an inference, the Yetzia Sirusim, that when she leaves through engagement, her father's dominion, Yesh lemishi yotzamenu, there is money, the one who she left from. She yotzamenu kama vainu av, which means true, it's a svara, but it makes sense because that's a subject of the pasuk. The pasuk says a girl that she leaves the master with pubic signs and kesef to who? Not in kesef in the going out, and kesef to the master, but a girl that she leaves the father's dominion, Yitzia Sirusin, yes, kesef to who? To the master. Who's the master? The father. When she's leaving from. And kesef when she's leaving from by a maidservant, but yes, kesef when she leaves the father's dominion to the father she's leaving from. Yitzia the kavasa. The Yitzia has to be similar to what the miut has to be the same, similar to the same going out. Again, let's read it inside. Elo mistabo, rather than make sense, it's a svara. The chika memayid Yitzia the kavasa memayid. When the Torah is memayid, this Yitzia there's no money, but the other Yitzia there is money, has to be the same subject. No money to who? The kavasa. Same with there's no money to the master. Here there's no money to the. Here there is money to the master, to the father. That's why even by Naira, we know that the money goes to the papa. That's the conclusion of the Gemara.
Get out enough from the slavery, but then he have money because the Baal, the husband, take her. And that money don't go to her, belongs to his father.
Correct.
And that's the Kiddush.
Yes, that she doesn't leave. The maidservant leaves for free when she has pubic signs.
Yeah.
But other leaving dominion of the girl from her father, there is money to the one she's leaving from. Not always. The master loses when the maidservant leaves him with pubic signs, but the father wins when she leaves him. She gets money for it. He loses his daughter. He gives his daughter to the guy, to a creep. He's giving a daughter to a creep. He wants money for that. It's different. Okay. A little bit more, and then we finished. Toisa says Pirish Rabbeinu Tam on top of the page. Daf Dalet. He learns a little bit different than Rashi. Pirish Rabbeinu Tam, or Rach. I don't know. I can't say it by me. Rach. Pirish Rach, not Rabbeinu Tam. Yetzias Ama Ivriya Meodo in Shues Neurim. Ama Ivriya, she leaves from the master, which is a time that she is in the transmission period between Ktano and Gdoila. Ne'ara is a time of Neurim. Afka Ne'ara, also he is Ne'ara. Which means we only want to remove, Kasha was maybe the Pasuk is talking about Ktano, that the father gets the money because she's a Ktano's of a hand. But Ne'ara, that she has a hand, maybe she doesn't, she gets it. Well, says no. When the Pasuk says, I gave, it's not talking about Ktano. I gave, talking about Nairo, because it's to be, talking about Nairo, it's talking about Nairo. Amo Ivriyo from the masters, Eis Niurim, Afkan is Nairo. Umiu Sugyo lo imash maklal shu tzorich limod b'yom Nairo zmai. The Sugyo doesn't seem to be like Rabbeinu Hanan, because the subject matter was not who says that we talk about Nairo. When the student opposed about Ktano, Nairo is different, but that wasn't the main subject. Elaminola the Kesa de Avuave. It's not true the posting about Ktano and by Nairo maybe the money belongs to her, not to the master, but the subject matter who the money comes from, not that the Pasuk speaks about Nairo. So he wants to explain Rabbeinu Hanan. V'nir lefarish. Yitzir the Kavaso kegoin b'rshus odoi. See the Kavaso, if she was in the dominion of the master, if there was money there, now there's pubic sign, no money. But if it was money, she wants to be redeemed through money, she will give money to the master that she left. In the same way, Khan also here. She is there is money when she goes out from the dominion of the father, the Aviyah belongs to the father. Okay, a little bit like Rashi. Not Toisas is like Rashi Lemaisa, but a little it says Yitzida Kavaso means by pubic signs, there's no money. But if there was money, we'll go to the master. Also here that there is money by leaving the father's dominion, the money goes to the father. Like there, if there was money, we'll go to the master. Okay. Okay. Now I want to go a little bit back before we see the Rishonim. I want to see a little bit Toises. V'chitema. So before, when we had a kasha, who told you the apostle speak about Baiktano, maybe Baiktano, but by Nairo, the money will go to her. We had a kasha, Ktana, I don't need a posuk. How could you say Bito Sati is Ktano, but Nairo, maybe the money goes to her? And the answer is, you'd see the Kavaso, similarly Yitzia. No, how can you say the posuk is about Ktano? Ktana, I don't need a posuk. If I can sell her, surely the Kiddushin is mine. The Tosis says a very big Yesoy. That selling and Maisi Yadayim is the same. But Kiddushin is something else. Kiddushin is not Shaykh and Mecher. Even if you could do Yud, there's nothing to do. Kiddushin is separate than Maisi Yadayim and selling. It's a different subject. It's different rights. Kiddushin is what? Here we talk about Kiddushin. So Yemo says, okay, he has the ability to do the Maisa Kiddushin, Bisinotati by Ktano. I say, yeah, but Nairo, maybe she has the hand and she does it, and the father doesn't have no rights to it. I don't need a posuk by Ktano. I do need a posuk by Ktano. Because even by Ktano, I can sell her and I have her Maisa Yadayim. Doesn't mean I can make Kaddish. Because Kiddushin is another subject. So the most kashu is, maybe the posuk is Mechadish Kiddushin by Ktano. Because Kiddushin is not like Maisa Yadayim and selling. It's different. But by Nairo, the money will go to her. The answer is it's either Kavasah. But there's no money from this master, and the money here from the master. I'm talking about this master, and the money, and the father goes to the father. And the money should go to the father, which is the master of the girl.
I have a question.
That's the conclusion of the Gemara. Okay? In the middle of the Gemara Sakasha, when I need a posuk, maybe going from the Dorim, or from Bushes of God, that's back and forth, that's side. But the structure of the Gemara is, how do I know the money goes to the father? It's biti notati. Maybe it's ktano, and I need a chiddush even though I can sell, but I need a chiddush of kiddushin. And by nairo, the money doesn't go to the father. Yetzi the kavaso. When it turns out in kesef and yesh kesef, the miut and kesef is just to be similar. There's no money to the master when she leaves pubic signs, but there is money to the master or father when she leaves his domain for nirusin. And talking about the money that there is money to when she leaves from the dominion is the father's. The money goes to the father. And okay, but and that's it. It goes to the father. So if it goes to the father, either way, even Nairo.
Happened when I sell my daughter to slavery, and the Adon and that's Adon get married when she's in the period of work. Because we have been learning that when I sell
Again, repeat what you're saying.
When I sell my daughter to Ebed Ivri,
yes.
She's finished his work at 12 and a half.
Yes.
And she must get married with Isadon. We learned before that
she must get married with, what does Isadon mean?
The master.
Yes.
You. Like
forget about Yud. Yud is a different thing. Yud means that if while she's still slave, there's some time a period of slave left, he can designate that time to exchange that time of work to the money of Kiddushin, and he marries her, the master.
But the Adon gets married with her.
No, he cannot marry her when she ends the work. Before she ends the work, he can exchange the time working for money to give money of Kiddushin. But after she ends work, there's no Kiddushin. He has to give her real money. Okay, listen. But let's go what Rabbeinu Hananel said. Rabbeinu Hananel says, I didn't realize myself, Rabbeinu Hananel. Rabbeinu Hananel says like this. Pirush Rabbeinu Hananel, Yetzias Amo Ivra Miodon Shreis Niyurim. Which means that we say, when the girl reaches pubic period of time, she leaves the master with no money. Chinam en kesef. So what is the period of time that the pasuk speak about? No kesef here, there is kesef here. No kesef here when she leaves pubic signs. Pubic signs means nairo. She's not anymore ktano, she's nairo, right? So The time period is Naira of En Kesef. So that's what it means. Yetzia the Kavasor. The Yetzia means there's no money in this Yetzia, but there's money in other Yetzia. Has to be the same time. There's no money in Yetzia of pubic hair, which means Naira, but there is money of Yetzia Sirusin of Naira. So you don't ask maybe the Pasuk about Ktano, maybe the Pasuk speaking about Ktano, but about Naira, who says the father has the money. No, the Pasuk, the diuk of the Pasuk, the extra word in Kesef, is talking about the subject of Naira. Because that's a pubic time. We say there's no money in this pubic signs going out, but there is another going out. There is money. It has to be the same time. Both is Eis Niurim. This is what Rabbeinu Hanan says. Speak with Rabbeinu Hanan. Yetzias Amo Aivrio Miodo in Shueis Niurim. She goes on the time of Niurim, signs, Simonim. Afkan also here the diuk of Yesh Kesef is Nairo. He says, he says, it's not mashma that we want to know that it's the day of Nairus. Yeah, but wasn't the subject, when is it? Elaminola the Kesef de Aviel. Maybe only by Ktano, the money to the father. But by Nairo, the money will not go to the father.
Where are you reading?
Maybe the diuk, it goes on Ktano, not on Nairo. But definitely the Pasuk speaks also by Nairo. But the diuk, the extra word, doesn't go on that. That's what they say. What?
Where did you just read?
I read Tosfot. One second, what are you saying about Gabriel? Toisa says we knew that. We knew that wasn't the point. Could be that we know that Yetzia was in a time of Yetzia of En Kesef as signs of Niurim, Simon and Nairus, right? Simonim is the day of Niurim. Good, great, but doesn't mean that when the Pasuk says En Kesef Ledayek that there is money in other Yetzia means a Nara, means only Ktaina doesn't have a yad. But the Gdoilo, but Naira she has a yad, maybe the money will not go to the father. So he answers, you're right, but we make a similar, she goes out of this master, no money, but she goes out from another master, there is money. We say like this, she leaves in pubic signs, but if the pubic sign will not be enough and I have to give money, who should we give it to? To the master. So I'll say here, when there is money, there's no pubic signs, you give money, but which period of time of the pubic signs? That's what Jesus answers. In the pubic days, if there was money, we'll go to the master. Also now, in our case, in Yetzia Virusin, if there was money, we'll go to the master in which time of pubic time. But we're not saying that the same way there is the time of pubic day, also here's pubic day. Wasn't a problem. The problem was who says that the money will go in the pubic day to the master, to the father, maybe will go to the daughter. And only when the child, she doesn't have a hand, then it'll go to the master. So the Kiddushin that the deal goes on Ktano, not on Gdoilo, even though the subject of the Pasuk goes on both. But now we're answering no. The deal goes on Yetzia of Naira. So he said, if Naira had no signs that she had to pay money, who should pay it to? She should pay it to the master. Also here, when she needs to pay, she pays to the master in the time of Niurim. The Kasha, we thought that although the Pasuk speaks on day of Niurim, but it's supposed, but yes, you'll get the money. Because only a child that doesn't have a hand, so we give to the father. But a Naira that she has a hand, she will do it and she will get.
What's the difference
Between who? Rashi is saying goes on the Reshus. The Yetzia is not that there is money in the Yetzia. En kesef b'Yetzia, and yes, there kesef b'Yetzia of Irusin. We say en kesef b'Yetzia from en kesef lemi. Lemi en kesef. To the Odoin. So in Yetzia Sirusin, there is kesef to who? To the Odoin. It's the father. That's not the subject matter. And since Rabbi Yochanan adds, and Toshos will add to Rashi. I don't know what's Nairo, maybe it's Ktano. Because I had, if it wasn't for the morning that she leaves for free, if she had to give money, who should we give the money to? She give it to the Odoin. So here, in the same period of time, she'll give it to the father.
I saw my daughter in the age
Could you
of-
show me the words Rabbeinu Hanania inside that Tosfos? I don't see it.
and when-
Right.
Because the law says.
Yes, 212.
Well, it could be 50.
No, he can't. He doesn't have the rights. The father only has a right till 12. I don't know if the father, the daughter has a right. And when she reaches 12, she's out of the father's domain.
Get out of 15 years, and he's older than Neada.
He can't. You cannot sell her till 15.
No, I sell her at 8.
Yes.
Ketana.
Yes.
He must be 6 years. 8, 9, 11, 12, 13.
No.
15.
No. By 12 years old, she leaves. Even though the master paid the father money till 20 years old. Doesn't matter. 12 years old, she has no rights anymore, and she has her own rights, and she goes out.
Can you show me Rabbi Hananiel in the
I'm only
Tosfos? That
No, she also has 6 years. But yes, but the one who comes first, 6 years, Simonim, yes. One who comes first comes, first served. Doesn't have Simonim, no. Okay.
where's the word Rabbeinu Hananiel in that Tosfos? I don't see it.
Here's Rabbi Yochanan, Daf Dal Amud Aleph on top. It's already
Dal
late after stuff.
You switched from Kitem on the bottom of Gimel to the Tosfos on the top.
I want to read that.
Where's Rabbeinu Hananiel?
It's an Amud Aleph. I read it also there.
Okay. I thought you were reading the bottom one. Okay, on the other side. Okay.
Gets about a moment, gets first moment.
There's Rabbeinu.
Put the Rashi, that is first moment. See your tax money.
Okay.
According to the details in this first moment.
Okay, good. I see it.
This first moment.
Okay. There's a whole Tosis here that learns a whole Sugidim because he has a kasha. It's a fundamental kasha. That since the father has the right to sell her, that's why he has the rights for her Maisi Odain. So it's not only by Ktano, also by Nairo. Okay, so that's the Tosis here, the last one. And there's a whole new pshat here. That's a little bit complicated. You have to learn inside. I'll say maybe tomorrow. Then we'll start the Rishonim here, and then we'll go to the Big Shmuel.
Are you gonna get the sheet for this video?
Yes, I gave out. Here, it's on the table. You take it.
Get them to send it to us.
You have to send it to them. Who's going to send it to Reb Shlomo?
Oh.
Send it. Okay, somebody will send it to maybe Aaron.
To Beryl. My printer